Alright guys, it's Sir Dokkan coming back at you with another Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Tech Hit, not Frieza, Tech Hit at 55%. Because I did pull him from the Kefla banner, as you guys saw in the last video, but we're going to look at him at 55%, specifically on the Target Goku team. I feel like that's one of his better teams, either that or Universe 6, but it doesn't really matter. This unit is horrible. This unit is just a bad unit. Let's look at his info. Universal Survival Saga, Key 3, and Universe 6, 3 Key and 170% of the stats, and Universal Survival Saga, 3 Key and 150% of the stats. He's got a good leader skill, but that's about it. He has a medium chance to stun on Super Attack, which is not too good. Attack enemies, attack minus 20%, and defense minus 80% for 2 turns. High chance to stun the attack enemy for 1 turn. Attack plus 120% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack plus 80%. And attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is stunned. So, as you guys can see there, this unit does a lot of damage. But as you also can see, he has no defense. He gets no defense from his passive, and that's just not good. His links are Experienced Fighters, Cold Judgment, End Fighter, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, Warriors of Universe 6, and Fierce Battle. So, I think I'm going to run the Target Goku team mainly because he links up quite well with Salza. They will share Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. So, let's go ahead and hop into it. Now, Tech Hit is definitely a unit that is very... It's one of those units you pull from a banner, and you're like, oh, I'm glad I have him if it's your first copy, but it's really the last one you want to rainbow. He's just not a very powerful unit at all. Right, and you might get a little disappointed when you see him. So I'm gonna flip Salza off right here, because that is his best linking partner on the team. They will share Cold Judgment, Fierce Battle, Shocking Speed. This hit, however, does work decently well with STR Jiren. If STR Jiren stuns, then it obviously won't be taking any damage because they can't attack him. And that's, if that's the case, then he'll be doing a lot of damage because they'll be stunned. He'll be effective against all types. He'll have additional attack. Like, he'll be very strong. But you do have to build the team around him, that's for sure. It can be quite hard for him to super without the proper links also, or without support on rotation. Remember, 13 is not supporting him. He's obviously not on androids. 1.1 right there. I should have checked his defense, but it might have been under 30, like 30k. It's possible it was under 30k. So now their attack is lowered. Like, he works decently well if he's not getting hit. You have to hide this unit. This unit serves as a decent floater, but even then, in that third slot, if they attack, he's gonna get crushed. Like, he will take a lot of damage. He will take a lot of damage if he does get hit at all. Alright. So I'm going to flip Cooler off. I think his best rotation is going to be Cooler supporting him. Well, will he even be supported by Cooler? No, there's no way he will be. Like, he can't get any support on this rotation. On this team right here. So it's really hard for Hit. He definitely is best on the Universe 6 team, but I don't have a decent Universe 6 roster. Because, like we do it here, we're not whales out here. We are almost free to play. So, I don't have the best Universe 6 roster. I didn't pull Kefla, I didn't pull Vado, so it's hard. Okay. So, linked up with Salza with Cold Judgment active. He's only at 32k defense. And that's just horrible. Let's see what he defends against. Let's see how he defends against this Cooler right here. 7k on type advantage in a Dokkan event. And he's not stunned, so he won't do crazy damage right here. Just keep in mind that this Cooler, if you stun the enemy, then he will be looking a lot better because he'll get 80% more attack. He'll get effective against all types. Like, he'll be really good, right? And he has chances to stun from his passive and from his super. But He just, if you don't get a stun off, or you don't get, if you don't get a stun off, basically you're going to be taking a lot of damage. This character is very RNG dependent, and that's never good for a unit, right? The best RNG units are the ones that are most consistent, obviously, and hit is not consistent enough. He won't be stunning as often. He has only a medium chance of stunning. Like he has no defense, so if you don't get it, he has no compensation. Like, he's just not a good unit. And it's that simple. He's just not a good unit, right? Like STR hit, the type of the STR support type hit is way better than this tech hit by far. That hit, he supports extreme STR, gives him 50%. He gets 20% attack and defense per orb, and he stacks defense. Like, he's way better. He is a way better unit than this tech hit. Easily. He's just way better. Like, if you're going to run a hit on the team, I'd recommend running the STR hit. But not a lot of people are going to have him, right? So, we really do need a new hit, by the way. Because the Dokkan Fest hit is horrible. He's not a good unit. And then the other hit, nobody's going to have because nobody's going to summon on those kind of banners, right? So we need a new hit, that's for sure. What's his defense? Yeah, so I mean, his defense is lowered right now. Keep that in mind. But we'll just do this. Whatever. We'll see how he does. Salza definitely does help this unit a lot, though. If you're gonna run this team, he's giving him cold judgment, shocking speed. Like you want to run him 42k. You want to run him in the first slot, right? Because he will be lowering that attack each time he supers, so that helps hit out a lot. But hit is just so dependent on other units to help him out with his defense, and that's just not good. And he doesn't do enough damage to this might kill us right here. He just doesn't do enough damage to compensate for it. He just has no defense. Does this kill us? No, almost. See, we just lost full HP to one rotation with hit on it. He's just not defensively viable at all. He's just not defensively viable. Keep in mind that Salza is not on a full team of Terrifying Conquerors, by the way, so that's why he's putting in lower numbers. So it's just hard. It's hard for Hit. And Hit doesn't deserve it. Hit's such a interesting character in the anime that's got shafted too in the anime as well. Like, it was in the Universe 6 tournament, he was cool, and then he did nothing for the rest of the show, it seemed like. Like, he got bodied by Jiren, sure. But he does deserve more representation in Dokkan, for sure. Because one of his cards, AGL Hit from the World Tournament's okay. He's okay, right? STR Hit is easily the best hit, but nobody's going to have him. Tech Hit is horrible. And then there's the god-awful free-to-play hit. The physical free-to-play hit, right? So, I mean, this character is underrepresented, like, in Dokkan, and he needs a new card. A new card that is good. Maybe an LR Hit. Like, LR Hit, maybe as a legendary summon, like, that would sell. I don't know if it'd sell well. It's a legendary summon banner, but it would definitely be cool and help the game out for Hit, right? And buy some Baba Shop items. But this unit is not very strong at all. But he might be able to serve a place in Super Battle Road if you hide him, because he can stun, right? And I want to address with, where is he? Here, let me turn off this filter right here. STR Super Class. With Jiren, this STR Jiren, he does perform really well, because this Jiren has a medium chance to stun all enemies at the start of turn, right? So if he does get that stun, the rotation is going to be pretty damaging. Jiren himself will crit. Tech Hit will be effective against all types and get additional attack. And obviously you can't take anything. All the enemies are stunned. So it'll work out as a decent rotation if you get lucky, right? But that's how I would describe Hit. Hit is only usable if you get lucky, right? You don't have any compensation, right? See, the thing with Gotenks, right? The Gotenks, he is RNG dependent, right? With his his attack and defensive buffs on super. No, not super, but from his passive, right? But he does still get guaranteed stat buff, and he still does raise his defense, greatly raise his defense on his super attack, right? So to the point where if you don't get that those stats increase, right, at the start of turn, you can still compensate, right? You'll still be able to defend decently well and hit decently well. Hit, on the other hand, he's just, if you don't get lucky, you'll take a lot of damage. You won't do too much damage, and it's just not worth it to run him. However, for new players, Hit can serve a great purpose, and that is having a great leader skill. Universal Survival Saga, very good and a very flexible leader skill, but he's not the best of the unit nowadays. But I am appreciative that I pulled him off the Kefla banner, because I didn't have him, and also this is only his third time being around on Global, right? So it was a good pull. He might not come back for another year if the Global schedule keeps doing what they're doing with that tech hit. So, but he's not defensively viable. He can be not offensively viable in some cases. So, he's just a whatever kind of unit. He's not too good at all, but he does have a great leader skill. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, have a good one.